Today I'm going to be checking out an E2. This is my first time ever checking out an E2, and this guitar has been available to us because of American Musical Supply. I did some videos earlier this year with them, and they reached out again and they said, hey, would you like to do some more videos? But more importantly, and this is important, I want to really communicate to you guys, they said, what do you want to do? I was actually taken back in shock by that statement when they said that. Usually when I'm approached by somebody, it's like, hey, would you like to do this, or would you like to do that, or would you do this? And no one really asked me what I want to do. And so I emailed back and said, I've never tried an ESP guitar on the channel, an LTD guitar on the channel, and I'm really curious about E2 because it's something I'm not even really familiar with. So this guitar is on the channel today because of American Musical Supply. I'll put a link down below if you guys want to check them out. Of course, as you guys know, I think I've told this story before, my first high-end guitar was bought through American Musical Supply because of the fact that they had the payment plan where they could just draft off my debit card every month and not charge me interest. It actually made an unobtainable guitar obtainable to me, and I thought I'd share that story with you again. So let's get started on this guitar because I am very interested in this guitar. So what this is this is an E2. Now, if you're not familiar with the changes in the last few years, ESP has made some changes. ESP was made in Japan for a while, and now they're made in the US. Now that's their premium, their core line, so to speak, and now they have the E2 line, which is somewhere between, a step between LTD, which is, they're more affordable but still pro-level stuff in a lot of cases that are made in Indonesia and Korea, and then of course the American ESP, and now this E2 is made in Japan. And E2 is a no compromise guitar. Now they didn't tell me to say that to you. I have never read any copy from them. I'm telling you from the experience with the guitar. This is a no compromise guitar. In the price point, this guitar is sitting at about $1,800 US at the time of making this video. This guitar with a hardshell case is, in my opinion, better than most of the guitars I would say in this price point. So if you're looking at the Fender Ultra, or if you're looking at the PRS S2, or even some of the Gibsons that are in that price range, like maybe the studio stuff, option-wise, this thing blows it off the charts, and even some of the Japanese Ibanez, I'm really more impressed with this than I am with all that stuff, and I'll share why. Because it is loaded to the gills with features. So let's start with them. First, it is a neck-through body construction. So this is a true neck-through. It's not a set-through or a set neck or anything that made it look like that. This is an actual one-piece maple neck all the way set through. The back looks like it's black. The front is called reindeer blue. It looks purple because basically it's purple. And then the back is like this black that's actually not black. It's like so dark blue that sometimes you get a blue hue in the paint, I guess. I don't know, it might be black, but you can see through and you can see the neck there. It has alder wings, so it's an alder body, and it has a maple cap. Now when they say maple cap, they don't tell us if it's a veneer or a solid. My rule that I follow is if they don't say solid, then it's not solid. So they just say maple, so I'm assuming it's a veneer. Could be wrong, so put that in the comments if you guys know. I looked online, couldn't find the answer. Ebony fretboard, 12-inch radius, 24 frets, and they are some of the best frets I've ever played. This is definitely takes me back to the 80s when the high-end Japanese guitars just kind of ruled the roost. So this fretwork is flawless on this guitar. I would definitely put this in probably one of my top 5 guitars I've ever played with the frets being perfect. Bone nut, which is really cool because it is bound headstock, bound neck, bound body to give it that high-end look, and the binding really blends with the bone nut really well. Usually when you see it, when you see binding like this blend in with the nut, it's plastic, but this nut is, like I said, bone. Goto locking keys with a Goto bridge. So again, it's kind of like they threw everything they can at this. It comes with a hard shell case. The case has ESP on it. It comes with locking keys, or locking strap locks, I should say. It's pretty light. This one's 7.5 pounds. Some of them I've seen are as low as 6 pounds, but they're all pretty light for what they are. Has Seymour Duncan pickups. I'll put the pickups description right there. Volume and tone with a 3-way switch, and it has a push-pull for coil split. It is very comfortable and easy to play, and one of the things that definitely when you do a video you got to talk about is the way something feels, because that's the one thing that if you're watching a video like this you may have questions. It says it has a thin U neck, and that's something I think is very confusing. I wouldn't call this neck thin or U. In fact, I kind of considered it like a medium C or a small C carve. It's a little U in the back, a little flat, but it's mostly a C shape. If you've played any of the nicer LTDs in that range, I think that this neck feels similar to that, but maybe a little smaller in some cases, but again, I'm going off memory. The model's called the Horizon 3. The E2 is inlaid in this mother of pearl, and it looks great. And I was curious because that's what I said. I want to do this guitar because I don't know how I feel about it E2 versus ESP. I wish it just said ESP, but I understand their market logic, you know, right? This is in between. This is for someone who wants an ESP guitar that plays like an ESP, sounds like an ESP, has everything that that guitar has, just not the price tag. And that's what it is. I feel like when I'm holding this guitar, if you told me it was a $3,000 ESP, I would totally believe you, without any little caveats or anything. It's straight up just a beautiful guitar. What I like about it too is it's got a kind of a aggressive look because it's got the pointy headstock, but I like that it's also something, I don't know, not so pigeonholed in the way it looks. I think I could rock this anywhere and be okay with it. So let's go ahead and start with some cleans. A little dust on there. The cleans sound great on this guitar. Let's coil split them. The coil split does what a lot of guitars do. It thins out a lot. And it's passable. Like if I was playing in front of somebody and I just needed it to sound like, you know, it'd pass off versus having to. So it definitely works for what it's supposed to do. I bet you in the middle position it sounds pretty good, coil split. Yeah, very cool. Okay, so we know the neck sounds good. The bridge, wow. Bridge got a little punch, man. Nice. Okay, we gotta do some higher aggressive sounds on it. Here we go. And I have the guitar down tuned to E flat, of course, because I just wanted it for the sound. This is what I thought this guitar would do, and I like E flat. I actually play mostly in E flat when I can. Well, it's got the aggressive sounds. What about some rock sounds? A little delay. That's the bridge. Nice. Okay, turn off that. And let's go to the neck pickup. So what are my final thoughts on this guitar? Well, it's pretty easy. I have to say the E2 definitely has cleared it up for me, trying one, experiment with it. The E2 is for someone who wants everything that the ESP guitars have always brought you, which is this high-end feel, beautiful craftsmanship, just you don't get the ESP logo. And at first I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but to be honest with you, knowing now that it's legit, in other words, that it feels and plays like it's supposed to, yeah, I don't know if I would pay for the ESP branding. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, there's something about, I always wanted an ESP on the headstock of a guitar. There's just always been something so iconic about that brand, but I understand their concept here. I wish it would just say ESP E2, you know what I mean, and make it a subcategory. I think that would be really cool. I know they put the ESP on the neck, but there's something just on the headstock would be great. But to be honest with you, that's its only issue. Everything else is flawless. I thought I'd find something about the guitar to be like, well, you know, hey, if you want to pay to upgrade. But literally, in my opinion, other than getting more features or more colors or more options or more things from the ESP lineup, I don't know what ESP could give you. There is guitars that I've played that are $5,000 that play like this. So this is as high-end feeling as it gets. If you're looking for a legitimate high-end guitar that feels good. And like I said, I love the way it looks, but let me know. This has got a controversial shape to it. To me, this is what I love when people say, what radical shapes do you like? This is it. It's basically something that's just a tame version of something crazy. In other words, this is familiar enough that it looks pretty comfortable, like a you know, a double cut style guitar, but it's a little different, feels great, it looks great. I love the way it looks. I just love it. And so I really want to thank American Musical Supply for shipping it out and letting the video happen today. That was really cool of them. If you guys like this video and you'd like to see more videos like this and you'd like them to do more videos, put it in the comments down below too. Let them know that you guys are you're interested and you'd like them to send other products out. Maybe do some more inexpensive type products. That'd be great too. They're a really cool website, and like I said, it's a company I actually shop through. As you guys watch my podcast, you know I bring them up pretty regular. So again, I want to thank them for this. And as always, I want to thank you guys for your time. Till the next time, know your gear.